Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Mr. Greatness. For any business inquiries, if you want to put your business on this platform, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com, and that's the same email if you want to make a donation to the podcast. Definitely, we appreciate it. evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. That's through our PayPal account. And we have different links to other affiliates. www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. So you can support us that way. And you can check our Patreon channel, which we have videos that's not posted on YouTube, as well as digital artwork, and we have consulting services as well. So that's www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. And you can check us out on rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19. So we will be adding more content there. So like, subscribe, and share on that platform as well. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of different products, as you know or don't know. That's men's, kids, ladies' clothes. We have cologne, perfume, house products, 20,000 different products. So that's evolutionoflondon.com. Also, check us out, evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G. You'll find custom clothes, accessories, and digital artwork, or digital products as well, such as ebooks for personal as well as business use. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E. There you will find lotions, soaps, more clothes, and accessories. So that's evolutionoflondon.store. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 12-ounce jars, 100% soy wax from scented to unscented. Now, scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order for these nice 35-plus hour burning time candles, email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. And that's also, you will find them on social media, Instagram and TikTok, Royalty 9 International. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years, so if you want to book a consultation, you can email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. That's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. And you can also support his merch, www.wjaaccessories.com, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. Again, that's www.wjaaccessories.com. DJ Panthro, he's an international DJ, and if you want to book for him to come to your venue, you can email him at djpanthro519@gmail.com. Again, that's DJ Panthro, Panthro 519@gmail.com. And you need to like, subscribe, and share to his YouTube channel. That's DJ Panthro 519. You can also find him on social media, Instagram and TikTok, DJ Panthro. And he have a bonus platform on TikTok, The Real DJ Panthro. Again, that's The Real DJ Panthro on TikTok. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. He have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his platform on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, you will see his other social media sites. So you definitely can support that platform. Again, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube, and Continuing to Train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye, as we have over 740 shows. So I need your guys to definitely check out all the shows. It's very good content. We have a lot of shorts. We have just educational shows from like 15 minutes long to even 5 hours. So it's a lot of great content. Definitely to open up your third eye. That's the Greatness 19 channel. And on the Greatness 19 channel page, if you scroll down and look at Mr. Evolution of London, you can subscribe to that. That's our health and wellness channel. I figure that's the easiest way to click on it, because again, you some people get confused. So if you just stay on the Greatness 19 home channel and you scroll down the page, you will see the logo for Mr. Evolution of London, and then you can subscribe that way. So again, that's a lot of great content as well. Mr. Evolution of London. Cindy's Place. She has custom clothes, accessories, digital products as well. And you can find website is www.cindysplace.org. Again, that's www.cindysplace.org. A lot of great content there. A lot of great, I should say, items there. So definitely support her brand. www.cindysplace.org. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. Both of those are on YouTube, of course. Rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19. And finally, www.theoracle19radio.com, and you need to check out that radio too. It's a lot of information there. So that's www.theoracle19radio.com. Well, today, again, I want to talk about something, person, all-time great, O.J. Simpson. R.I.P. to him and his family, condolences. Being happy when someone is dead. That is the topic today, because a lot of people, OJ passing, and again, people still think about, especially the ones that was born in that time frame in the 90s when y'all guys might know the story or don't. A lot of the people that was born in the 90s might not, but you can Google O.J. Simpson. I'm not going to get into it, because a lot of content creators and throughout social media talk about the history of O.J. Simpson. Actually, more negative than positive, because people are still, for some reason, happy that he's dead, because of the issue when he was acquitted from all of those charges of this alleged murdering his wife at the time, in which he didn't do it based on it wasn't enough evidence, and that was proven in the court of law that he was found innocent. But I find people, especially white people, are happy that he's dead. And I find it a little strange. People is upset saying he did it and he should die. And I think Caitlyn Jenner, aka Bruce Jenner, that's part of the Kardashian family, had a tweet put out that he is glad that he's gone, and I'm paraphrasing. Well, life, there's a word called karma. And all of us is guilty for this, that we wishing people that they dead and all of this other stuff. But the funny thing is, it can all go back in full circle. And I'm guilty of that too, because certain people you dislike and you wish they could be, they dead. But the funny thing is, here's the reality. When you get old and you die, I'm sure there's people in your life that will be glad you dead too. I know on my side of the river, when I go, I know there's going to be people that is going to be river dancing and glad that I'm gone too. Especially listen to this podcast. They're going to be like, I'm glad Mr. Greatness is gone. And then people probably in my life, personal life, that might not like me, they be glad I'm gone. So just like when I'm glad certain people is gone, and when I'm gone, people's gonna be glad that I'm gone, if you get what I mean. So that's part of the cycle of life. So by you feeling that way, just think about it. When you die, people's gonna be happy that you are gone. And then it continues the cycle. But after 30 years, people are still, white people especially, feeling very salty that OJ, they felt he got away with murder, and he's glad that he's gone and all of this other stuff. Now here's the reality. Let's say, for example, he did do the crime, which there's evidence on top of evidence that shows he was innocent, and it was found within the court of law, right? Well, let's just start with that. There was a case, number one, there was a witness, a white woman particularly in the area, that witnessed 4 people running out of that area, that around that home during that time, that approximately 10:30 at night time frame, either night or day, but I think it was night that she witnessed that, but her statement wasn't put out. Matter of fact, the police allegedly cover that up, and discredit her they discredit her by bringing up her past stuff that she have done, allegedly, all this, but that's just it was so many different holes in the case, so this is why he wasn't found guilty. We already know about the glove didn't fit. Not allegedly, but now when he was arrested, he volunteered to get blood samples, and his blood samples, some of the vials from the blood samples was missing, because when the police take your blood samples, they should immediately go to the lab, and the blood should immediately go to the lab and be tested. But the blood was still in the trunk of certain officers like Mark Thurman, and he's riding around with it. And then it was found out some of the vials, I think 1 or 2 of it, was found missing, and then miraculously found put on clothes, at the crime scene. And even when Mark Thurman was at court, he pleaded the fifth when it was a question asked that did he distort some of the samples, and he pleaded the fifth, which really the case supposed to be dismissed after he's not giving a direct answer, because if he didn't alter or tamper the evidence, he could clearly say, no, I didn't. But he just said, I plead the fifth. O.J. Simpson had a flight. It was at 11 o'clock. And this occurred 10:30 or 10:25. So to really do the murder, he had to do it real fast in 25 minutes before catching his flight. And there was no blood on his fingertips, no residue found. He was clean, body was clean, no scratches on him. And also Goldman, the boyfriend of OJ's ex-wife, Nicole, he was a martial art guy. So they found bruises on his knuckles. He was defending himself. And both individuals, Nicole and Ron Goldman, I believe, their throats was cut from pretty bad. It was pretty much decapitated. So there was definitely some professionals that had to cut their throats and basically cut it to the degree it was pretty much decapitated. Now, it takes a lot of strength. OJ would have had to do that to two people within a 25-minute span, no bruises on him, because again, it was bruises on Ron Goldman's knuckles. So there was no facial or body bruising, because the police made OJ take his clothes off and they checked him. And that's public record. And there's absolutely no scratches, no bruises on OJ. So that was another situation. And we know LAPD, the Los Angeles Police Department, is known to do a lot of fraudulent stuff and a lot of racial profiling. I mean, LAPD allegedly and NYPD is one of the two worst, notorious for racial profiling and racial distortions, allegedly. So, but the streets know in LA and the streets know in New York how NYPD and LAPD gets down. People in the media and stuff is going to say one thing, but the streets know. So I know, fact, especially NYPD, fact, how they get down. So it's not like I maybe could be. I know this as fact. But as far as LAPD, they've been notorious for distorting and racial profiling, etc., etc. Chris Dahmer, who was a member of LAPD. There's so many different scenarios. But back to OJ. There's so much holes in the case. This is why he wasn't found guilty. So LAPD tried to frame him, and Mark Thurman was a known white supremacist that a lot of black people made complaints about him. So this is public record. Plus he pleaded the fifth. Couldn't tell a straight truth about him not distorting the evidence. So that's just one of several different cases, and OJ had a great lawyer. So, great lawyers, but one particular. So, this is one of the reasons why white people, because I remember when he was found not guilty, it was a clear-cut case of white people cried. I seen white people cry, literally cry, because it was on nationwide TV, and black people celebrating, saying the juice is loose. I remember one particular guy saying the juice is loose, and white people visibly crying. So it was a black and white issue. And white people never forgave that. They still salty to this day. And let's just say I play devil's advocate for a moment. When people being happy when someone is dead, let's just say, for example, let's say he did it, okay? Black people had to deal with white atrocities for 400 years. White men raped black men and women from slavery all the way down. Now, people are going to say, Mr. Great, gotta talk about slavery again. Y'all, people always talking about the past. I can even bring it to the present. Well, I'm just giving you just a timeline. White people been getting over for centuries for atrocities they have done and just got a slap on the wrist or was able to walk. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of cases. White people pillaged, I'll put it that way, black society, and did not get reprimanded. Hell, we could even talk about it now. We still waiting for reparations for all the atrocities. But they use all the excuses. Y'all people just gonna take the money and y'all gonna buy some Jordans or Gucci. Well, you know what, damn it, you don't worry about what we're gonna buy. If we choose to buy Gucci, 50 shirts, Gucci shirts, and spend the money, that's our problem, not your problem. Your job is to give the reparations that you give to everybody else in present time. And well, we don't have that money, but you have money for war. You have money for Ukraine. You have money for the migrants. You come up with in New York City, they coming up with 1.6 approximately $1 billion towards the migrants. Oh, but you can't come up with $1 billion for reparation. That's just in New York alone. Federal government is pumping money to Ukraine and other countries, billions of dollars, damn well trillions of dollars throughout the world. You worry about the world, but you don't worry about the atrocities that you done to black people in the past and current. So reparations, I don't want to give you the reparations because you're going to spend it on Jordans and sneakers and Gucci and Louis. It's always that excuse. It's like if you go to a job, and I'm gonna swing back to OJ for a minute. I'm gonna swing back to OJ in a few minutes, but I just want to touch on this. If you're working at a job, right, and you put in 40 hours a week, they pay you. The job is not gonna say, I ain't gonna pay you for your 40 hours because you're gonna just spend it on cracks and coke. You could be a cokehead, so what? But you do a job. You're doing a 40-hour job, so you should get paid accordingly. You did a service. So you don't worry about how the employees is getting paid, or what. No, excuse me. You don't worry about what the employees do with their money. You just pay them accordingly. So guess what? You don't worry about, for all the blood, sweat, and tears, all the aggravation, all the atrocities, all the degenerate stuff you have done to black people. Don't worry about what we're going to do with our money. If you could pay for the Ukraine, a small group of white people, or you can even pump money to Israel to help their cause, or you could pump money for more military. Well, you could take care of the people, the black people that built the country, especially the foundational black Americans that built the country. And not only that, had to go through atrocities from 400 years even to now. The thing about it is, you will say, now, you could go to school, you could go work. What do you mean now? The indirect racism that is going on today. You have thousands and thousands of cases of police still harassing locally, state, provincial, federal, indirect racism, indirect everything against black people, even in current times. It's just quiet. Cases after cases. So yes, we deserve reparation. I don't want to hear, oh, well, we don't got the money, but you're able to print more money for causes outside the United States. So you got money. So I don't want to hear that. That's just a bunch of nonsense. The nerve. Everybody gets paid. Asians get paid. Migrants get paid. The Native Americans getting some money. But black Americans, nope. You destroy countries, you build it up, you pay to build up the country, you spend billions of dollars, even in present time. So we don't even have to talk about past. We just talk about the now. You built up countries, you help other people's causes. Why you can't do it here? Because you don't give a damn. But you want us to still give a damn. If you get what I mean. You want us to give a damn and still like and smile and sing and give a damn about your cause, but you can't take care of black people here in America. No. So white people as a whole, we're not talking about individuals. So individual white people, don't trip. You don't, because that's the first thing you get on defense mode. Me? You talk about me? I didn't do anything to you. Me? No, I've been good to black people. I smile with them every day. I say good morning. Me. I greet them. I got a next door neighbor that has a black friend. Me, not me. No, I'm not talking about you, individual white man, white woman. I'm talking about collectively your brethren as a whole. Because that's quickly white people will get in the defense mode. Me, not me, just me, not me. I should get a shirt saying that. Me, not me. So OJ, they had to get him, even in civil court, because they set him up. His product, his idols was taken, and he wanted to get it back, and they charged him, and that's why he was jailed. He had to put in time while he was jailed. He spent a stretch in jail. You can Google that. You can Google that. I was trying to see if I can I can find that. I wanted to see, but let's see. How long, how many years? Well, y'all guys can look at that. Y'all can go through that. I was trying to see if I can find out how many years he had to spend. I think like 8 or something like that. God. Yeah, he had to do a stretch though. He had to do a stretch. But I was gonna see if I can pull that up. Anyway, yeah. Let's continue. Yeah, so in civil court, he had because he was found guilty within not so, let me get that correct. Uh, the whole story, I know the story, but oh man, it's been so long. I want to give you the information properly. Well, one, you can go Google it. I'll just say go and Google that, and you will find the story of how many years he had and what he had to, what he had to pay. He found uh, guilty in civil court, so he had to pay that restitution to the Goldman family. That's really what I wanted to allude to. That he had to deal with that, and again, they didn't really see no money from that civil court. He basically put it out there like he was broke, so they still was salty at the end of the day because they felt he was getting over. Again, white people as a whole, they tend to have a brain lapse as a whole, as a group. They could do the atrocities. Black people, they could do all the atrocities against black people over the years, centuries. But when a black man in their mind gets over, oh man, that hits them. And we're not talking about individuals, okay? So because I don't want y'all guys to get all salty, individual white people. You say, "Oh, it's not me." You talk about me, it's not me. No, this is not about you individually. This is about, again, and I have to stress that because I don't need to get emails that I'm directing on a personal level, but as a whole, as a group, white people do atrocities to black people and get over. So, but when, let's say, example, he did do it, we can't get one for the team. You had hundreds of thousands of different wins, white people. Hundreds of thousands of wins from the past even to current in the court of law. We can go into cases even now, police beatings against black people locally, statewide, and white officers walk. You could Google all the police. I'm just speaking of that alone. I'm not even talking about just individual white people beating up on black people in different neighborhoods. There's hundreds of thousands of cases all throughout the United States, white people beating up black people, and in the court of law, they get a slap on the wrist or they just walk free. Yeah, some of them do get persecuted and jailed, some, but that some do not equal the many thousands of cases where white people walk. White people lie against black people. Black people get time, decades. So why we can't have one for the OJ? Now, when I say that, that's triggering in itself. But that's karma, though. That had nothing to do with me. Your justice system, which is white dominated. They found him innocent in the court of law. Your system. Well, Mr. Greatness, what do you mean by your system? Well, your people created the legal system. It wasn't black people in North America that created it. Y'all created it. Your brethren, not you individually. I have to repeat that because, again, people get offended. So I'm letting you know that's what it was. Your system created the opportunity for OJ to be free based on the evidence. So to this day, white people feel very salty and they're glad he's gone and stuff. But just remember, when you go, you're going to have people that feel the same way about you. Just know that too. See, a lot of white people they don't like it when black people have that same energy. Feel that same energy about them. They could feel the same energy about you, but when you start feeling the same energy, now they panicking and why? What did I do to you? Why? Well, you created a system of white supremacy. You created this system. You conditioned a person like me to think just like you. And I like to say thank you. Because I know who thy enemy is. So I don't have a problem like that. That same energy you give me I have that same energy for you too. Well, Mr. Greatness, I'm smelling hatred, Mr. Greatness. No. If I hated, believe me, if I had the hate, I would do a lot more. It would be more worse. I would bring out that energy. I'm just not going to hold it in. I will bring it out a lot more stronger, put it like that. Even on the show. But I don't run around saying hate. I don't have to. I just know who my enemy is. That's it. And when you know who your enemy is, which is systematic white supremacy, then you know how to deal with it. You know not to get close with a suspected white supremacist because he's your mortal enemy. You know that. Just like I'm not going to go in the wild kingdom and be hanging out with snakes. Rattlesnakes particularly. Poisonous snakes. I'm not going to sit near a tree in front of poisonous snakes because I know they're my mortal enemy. I know if I sit around there, they will attack me. This is what I know. This is simple mathematics, simple common sense, one-on-one. I just know I'm not going to hang around in an area where I know that people will try to attack me. That's not hatred, that's just common sense. So again, back to OJ. So this is why white people particularly, and a few fools, I say black people, a few fools, being happy that someone is dead. Regardless of him being, like a coon, But the point is, black people, that is still your brothers. And if the shoe is on the other foot, where if it was a white man did that, white men do this a lot. Matter of fact, they off their wife. It was a guy, I forgot, he had a TV show, Beretta, and he shot his wife or whatever. I think in the story, you have to Google that. But that I thought about that, and he got over it. White men been doing this for centuries, and they get over. For the most part. Are there exceptions to the rules? Absolutely. So please do not send me cases. Well, Mr. Greatness, you're wrong, because in 1974, there was a white man. He did this to his wife, and he got jailed for life. And don't give me those cases, because there are cases like that where man found guilty, blah blah blah. I know this. I understand this, but I'm speaking as a whole, a collective whole. White men mistreat their women big time, and they get over because of their whiteness. Nobody wants to talk about that there's two laws. There's black law, there's white law. And that's indirect racism. You will find that. There's stories about that. You don't think it's unsaid. Of course, they can't outright do it in this day and time because there's laws and they don't want to look bad. But indirectly, you talk to a lot of lawyers and doctors and teachers and firemen. You go through social media. I just received a link from a buddy of mine showing me that how a black man met up with an old white man, retired fireman, and he allowed, him and his crew allowed, when it was black people, they had a call where black people were burning fire or a burning house and black people was in it. They turned their back. They act like they didn't know. They disregarded the call, or they took their time. Instead of 4 minutes to arrive, they arrived at 6-7 minutes. So the fire can burn a little longer. It was a story just sent to me on that. And this old white man that is retired, he regrets the idea that he did that for decades. This is something unspoken, but it holds true. Teachers treat black students better than white students. Favoritism, clearly. I've been through that in the school system. These things go on in the court system, definitely. And you don't think I should get mad? So one incident with OJ, you still salty? I should be salty for life. Not only what my people have gone through, but what my people's going through now. I should be salty for life. But yet still you would tell me that, no, you got to forgive, and no, that was the past. Well, I'm talking in the present. I could give you cases this year. And I could probably give you cases next year. I could probably give you cases 10 years from now in the future. Well, Mr. Greatness, I think you're a little bit over the top. 10 years? Things is changing. The world changing. We not like that back in the days. It's still like that now. Currently, throughout North America, indirect and direct racism, it will never die. As long as you have systematic white supremacy in still ruling, the only way it will change, they gotta go. That's the only way. There's no other way. They gotta go. Whatever means you think about. I put it like that. Whatever means you think about, they gotta go. Not whatever means I'm saying, whatever means you think they should go. You people that's listening. That's the only way. It could be the Lord taking them away. Whatever. I stop right there. That's so people being mad or people being happy when someone is dead. If I really want to be technical, black people have a lot to be mad about currently. Now, white people will say, oh, well, you have opportunities. Look, you can make money. Look, Shaq is making $1 million. He got so many businesses. Why you tripping? Look at Jay-Z, Jigga, your guy. He's a billionaire. Look at Sean Combs. He's a multimillionaire. Why you people is complaining? You have all the fried chicken you can eat. You could go to Popeyes morning, noon, and night, Mr. Greatness. You could buy all the watermelon plants, all the watermelon pastures. You got the opportunity. We not stopping you no more, Mr. Greatness. Why are you tripping? That ideology. Is that ideology. Yes, the opportunities is there. Not like it was given to us. We had to fight and take it just to get on this level. It wasn't like, oh yeah, okay, here. It was a lot of fights and marching in the 60s and a lot of picketing and war and shooting and whatever just to get to this point. But it's a funny thing. There's what we call indirect racism. Well, people will say, well, I don't know about it because I indirect racism with me because I'm Irish. My people had to get off the boat. And my great-great-grandmother had one potato in her pocket. And look at me now. I'm a success story. You could do it too. Why are you giving an excuse, Mr. Greatness? I never said that black people don't have the opportunities and not exercising that. They are exercising that. It's not like majority of black people is sitting down watching TV all day, because if that's the case, then you would say basically 1 out of 2 black people just not doing nothing. Black people as a whole is being productive. Working class black people, they just go to work, pay their bills, so forth, so on. That's with the average black person. It is what it is. Nobody is sitting and complaining. We only complaining because things are still happening to this day, presently. But it's like I use myself. I'm not sitting down and just saying, woe is me and the white man did, the white man did. No, I'm talking about it. Indirect racism exists, and I'm going to always talk about it. I'm not going to sit on the sideline and say it don't. But it doesn't mean that black people like myself is also just not being productive. Of course, you have to. This is a capitalistic society. You're retarded if you're just going to just sit and just all day say, woe is me. Most black people is not on that level. They productive. They trying to get this money and get to the point in life to be successful to the best they can be. That's just what it is. So it's a myth saying that it's a myth where white people and other races just saying black people is just complaining and sitting down. I'm complaining. There's a difference in just complaining, stop, or complaining and being progressive still. I have to give that little caveat about that. I'm always going to complain about it because I'm not going to let systematic white supremacy slide. Things that goes on in the present day. Now I'm talking present. And I'm just going to keep my mouth shut because to make you feel better. No, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to complain about it because I'm going to always complain about it. And there's nothing wrong with black people complaining about it because we seek injustice in the present, okay? Because I know other races will say, oh, you talk about slavery. No, I'm talking present here. Now I'm talking present. Indirect white supremacy in the present. Well, where? I don't see it. Go Google it. Go through social media because it's everywhere. It's all around. Don't act like, see, the thing about it, people, other races, especially white people, want to just say, well, I don't see it. I don't see it. No, because you just don't want to see it. But you can Google it. Check your local police department. Check your local schools. Check your local court system. Talk to the people in the local court system that want to admit. Talk to the people, teachers that will admit. Talk to people in the police department or law enforcement. They definitely tell you there's racism indirectly or directly that goes on in the present time. Go to the banks. Talk to individuals that want to admit that loans is more prevalent to white than black. Go talk to them. Different professionals that would be willing to admit that. So this is why black people still salty. But you have the nerve to be salty about one individual that was found not guilty. So you feel that, oh, this is wrong, he's dead, and I'm happy and stuff. If that's the case, black people should be happy when all you systematic or all you suspected white supremacists die. We should be happy. Can't wait for some of you to die. If I'm gonna take that, if I want to process that analogy, all you white supremacists out here throughout North America, can't wait till you die. That would be wrong, would it? If I think about it. If I really want to be technical, if we're being technical here, all you white racist politicians, old white men in office, can't wait for you to die. Just waiting for you to kick the bucket so I can river dance. Oh, but that'd be wrong, right? That wouldn't be right. That would be bad, wouldn't it? That sounds very mean-spirited, right? All these old judges that is putting black people in jail unjustly, can't wait for them to die. Right? Should I feel that way? All you racist white police officers that profiling black people to this day, can't wait for you to die. Is that right? That's mean, right? What about all you other white professionals that do indirect racism towards black people? Can't wait for you to die. Is that me? Is that right? That's mean, right? So why would you have this energy for OJ? Is this right? Is this just mean? Maybe Mr. Greatness is off. Look, Mr. Greatness is not always perfect. He's perfect 99% of the time. No, I'm just joking. But he sometimes can be off, right? So just remember, karma. That same energy you want to take to that man will be the same energy people will have for you. And again, I'm guilty too. I'm an imperfect, perfect being. There's people that have done me wrong in life, and I'm like, yo, if they kick the bucket, believe me, I will river dance. I will pour a little liquor for the homies. I will celebrate. I'm an imperfect, perfect being. And I know that in the back of my mind, when I kick the bucket one day, there will be people that will be happy. Good. I'm glad he's gone. The stuff he say on YouTube and podcasts is so outrageous. Good. I'm glad he's gone. Cool. But just remember, when you go, people will be saying the same thing about you. Rest in peace, OJ. You don't have to worry about hate no more. You don't have to worry about paying no bills no more. You don't have to worry about dealing with taxes. You don't have to worry about the media. People stalking your house. You don't have to worry about paying no back money to anybody in civil court. Because you free. You free. Like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel, the Oracle 19 podcast, iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music. Mr. Evolution of London, I need your guys to subscribe to that and subscribe to all the platforms that I have and show some love. Donate. This podcast is not easy to keep up and maintain. Rain, sleet, summer, fall. I'm giving you this work. Hopefully this will make sense. We have over 370 shows. 370. There's a lot of information in the past 2-3 years that you probably haven't checked. But check it out. I'm sure there will be something, one of these shows, at least one, that you will find informative. And if I know you can find at least one, I did my job. Have a good day.